One of Rob's most rewatchable movies is, of course, The Social Network.
100%.
An absolute fabulous movie, written by one of the best in the absolute best in the entire business. And now they've got this new movie coming out called The Social Reckoning, which is being referred to as a spiritual follow-up to, so not a direct sequel, but a spiritual follow-up. Now, of course, what's the name of the guy from Succession that's going to be
Jeremy Strong?
Jeremy Strong, who is wonderful, by the way. By the way, if you haven't seen Jeremy Strong in The Gentleman, you really should. He's so good in that. The last scene with him and Matthew McConaughey, so good. I want my pound of flesh. Anyway, he's now playing Mark Zuckerberg, and he looks phenomenal in the previews that we saw at CinemaCon and in the new trailer. He looks absolutely phenomenal. What I did not know until this new story in Variety, that Aaron Sorkin, the creator of The Social Network and now The Social Reckoning, he actually tried to get Jesse Eisenberg to come back to play Mark Zuckerberg again, but Zuckerberg didn't want to be compared and affiliated with Zuckerberg anymore. This is what he felt. This is what he said. Aaron Sorkin said this: "It felt like it belonged to him, to Jesse Eisenberg, and he was certainly battle-tested," says Sorkin, of originally wanting Eisenberg to reprise his Oscar-nominated role. "He simply did not want to be conflated with Mark Zuckerberg anymore. That he has his problems with the guy. He doesn't like kids coming up to him in airports with business cards that say, 'I'm the CEO, bitch,' for him to sign." All right. This raises a couple of really interesting things. Let's start with just the Eisenberg not wanting to be associated with Zuckerberg anymore. I'm going to admit something. When I first read that, I kind of thought, well, that's kind of a lame reason. I mean, you're an actor. You're just playing a role. But I kind of get it too. Like it's one thing for Harrison Ford to play fictional characters like Indiana Jones or Han Solo or whatever. It's another thing to maybe not want to just be associated with an actual living person, particularly if it's an actual living person that, right or wrong, you really don't like and don't want to be, you don't want people to think of that guy and then think of you, or think of you and immediately think of that guy that you don't like. So I kind of warmed up to the idea. Again, at first I'm like, it's just a role, but I kind of get where he's coming from a little bit on that. The other part of it that makes it interesting is this. I think at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing that he's not coming back. Because if he came back, it would just feel like a direct sequel to The Social Network. And I like the fact that it feels more like a spiritual follow-up to it than an actual direct sequel. I appreciate that, and I think it feels good. Also, I like the fact getting Jeremy Strong in to play Zuckerberg now. In The Social Network, we met this plucky, unscrupulous, university kid who started up this thing. We are now catching back up with Mark Zuckerberg when he's kind of turned to the dark side. And like the actual true events of the whistleblowers at Facebook revealing what Facebook was actually doing, what they knew, how what they were doing was harmful to people, but they did it anyway because it made them money and all that kind of stuff. And so I think having a different actor in there to represent that, I think is a good idea. I think that'll get a lot of mileage out of it. And I think he's going to be wonderful. By the way, I'm not sitting here saying Mark Zuckerberg's an evil person. I'm just, talking about the case itself. So I get why Eisenberg didn't want to come back to do it, but I think at the end of the day, that's probably best for the movie anyway. So anyway, Rob, you heard this story. Did you know that they actually try to get Eisenberg back?
I did not until I read that story the last couple of days.
What do you think about this?
Well, I think it's neat that they tried to get him back, but I think you made a really great point. Like if you put Jesse Eisenberg in this role, this is a very different kind of story. The Social Network is an origin story. It's about college friendships frayed. It's about the dawning of the tech bros and all that. The Social Reckoning, from what I gather in the book that it's based on, is really a story that, even though it's got the same protagonist in Zuckerberg, It's a very different story. It's about the freedom of our civilization. It's about truth. It's about, can you sell influence? There's a lot going on. And I think by casting Jeremy Strong, you're getting a whole different. Mark Zuckerberg is very different from the Zuckerberg he was when he made Facebook. Now he's become he's on the worldwide stage. He's influencing governments now. It's a whole different realm of experience, and the story's totally different. It's also got that element of All the President's Men and all of that. And by casting Mark Zuckerberg as a different actor, you're free of the shackles of the first story. And that's why they say it's a spiritual sequel, because it's about Facebook, but it's about the behemoth, the monstrous behemoth that Facebook grew up to be. It's very different from the initial, we've disrupted something. Now Facebook can topple governments, and it's a whole different issue. So I like it. I mean, I like what they've done. I can't wait to see this movie. Do I expect it to be as great as Fincher's movie? I don't, but I expect it to be great in its own way.
Right.
It's going to be a different kind of a film. And I just love the meat of it. I love that we're getting a very serious film about real issues that affect us today. And I'm really looking forward to hearing some of Sorkin's snappy dialogue, because you and I both love Molly's Game, and he's a great, everything he's done. I mean, a lot of people, if you listen to Josh Olson's West Wing podcast, he's not much of a fan of Sorkin's writing, but I'm a big fan. So I can't wait.
Listen, West Wing is one of the few shows that I literally do a rewatch of the entire series every 2 years. Every 2 years, I do a complete rewatch of that series. It's just so well written. Molly's Game, so well done. The Chicago 7,
he wrote A Few Good Men.
Social. He's just simply one of the greatest writers of our generation. And this looks, guys, and you put in there now, Mikey Madison in there, the reigning best actress at the Academy Awards. I cannot wait to see this. She looks phenomenal. The whole cast looks great. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. One of the hardest things about trying to lose weight is just figuring out what actually works, because we've seen them all. There are a million trends, diets, and gimmicks out there, and honestly, it can get overwhelming. And that's why Weight Loss by Hims really stands out. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever, and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever and only GLP-1 available in a pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed. And the process is extremely convenient. Everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, Jesse Eisenberg that's who they were going to just put in the role, and Eisenberg turned it down. Number one, what do you think about Eisenberg turning it down? And number two, do you think that's for the better or for the ill of the movie itself? This is one of my most highly anticipated movies, guys. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.